Hello, good day, everybody, and welcome once again to another wonderful webinar of our team, the Forsage Kinging Team. And we are here to explore more and more of the knowledge that we have, because knowledge in itself is inexhaustible. You get to find that when you think that something is real or is interesting, your knowledge for that thing makes you go deeper in research. And that's why we're here tonight, because our deeper knowledge has led to us being here to keep sharing with us on important things that makes the difference in online platforms. With the 100% decentralized platform that we have called Forsage, the difference in online platforms has been made obvious. In the past week, we have been sharing on the Forsage X3 and the Forsage X4. So just in case you are listening to this and you've not yet watched that video on the Forsage X3 and the Forsage X4, those are great tools. Those are great resources that you need to propagate your knowledge about your business. What good is it if you have understanding without actions? You see, but your understanding is supposed to propel you to act. That's the reason why understanding is gotten, because it propels you to act. And there are people who don't even understand, they don't have the knowledge at all. And we are privileged, and that's why we're sharing the knowledge with anyone who's out there and who cares to learn, who pays attention to what we do, that we set a standard, we set a principle. There is a strategy, okay, that is helping people to generate massive revenues from the Forsage platform. We are people of integrity. We say what we mean and we mean what we say. Just like the Forsage creators, they've kept at the promises that was made. I won't call it promises, but they were facts, because that was what it was. They didn't tell us what they told us because it was a promise. They told us what they told us back then because it was based on a fact that was gotten by knowledge. So if you don't have the knowledge that's made us to understand what we know today, one thing you're going to do is to categorize Forsage among those platforms that are out there, because you think that all online platforms are the same, that they all run the same way, they all grow the same way, they all follow the same pattern from the beginning to the end. You see, but on a closer look on Forsage, because I had the mindset that everything online is the same, but on a closer look on Forsage, I discovered that they're not all the same. That there are some platforms, especially the ones that are 100% decentralized. Those are the kind of platforms that people need today. Why do you need decentralization? Why should we follow the word of decentralization? It's very simple. What has the word of centralization done to the people of the world? Very, very obvious. I mean, we've seen the result of being in centralized systems for many years. It's obvious, it's clear. And that's the reason why we're here talking about a system that is decentralized. In other words, when you come into a platform like Forsage, you become your own boss. You become your own CEO. If you don't get to do anything, you may remain stagnant, you see. But if you get to do something, then there's growth. And when you work together with a team that follows a strategy that works, and you stand on your toe to reach out to your prospects, your partners, and share the idea of what we are doing on our team with people, you get to see the result within a short space of time. Like I always say, that we're not in a hurry, we're not rushing on our team, because we have found a platform that works. And we are operating with a strategy that is the best. When you are operating with a strategy that is the best and with a platform that works, you don't have any stress. All you have to do is to get people to identify with the vision, because a good product always sells itself. Say that again. A good product always sells itself, and Forsage is a good product, and it keeps reselling itself all over the world, globally. So right now, I'm just going to share my screen today to show us some important key things. Some of the things that led to the unique selling points of Forsage, because many people don't still understand the unique selling point of the platform. The fact that it runs on smart contract technology, many people don't still understand that aspect. So I want to show us today just a little insight on the smart contract, the Forsage smart contract on the blockchain. So follow me as I share my screen right away. Okay. And I hope you are learning, because this is a learning opportunity for you, a development ground where you need to not just listen, but pay attention. Okay, because there's a difference between listening to something and giving your attention to that thing. So don't just watch this video. Don't just listen to the webinar like that. Give it your attention, because attention will prepare you to action. And an action will always result in productivity. Okay. So right away, I'm going to share my screen right now. Okay. So can we see my screen? All right.
Yes, we can.
Okay, good. Thank you so much. Now, from my screen here, you can still see the Forsage platform the way it is. It has been like this. You know, when people say things like, I've been in the platform so many years, or I've been in the platform for a while, and that platform suddenly goes off the air, I ask myself, why waste people's time all those years? Why waste people's time? It's because as at then, they had not found a suitable set for making a platform to last for as long as possible. And that's the reason for decentralization. That brings about the fact that somebody can develop a smart contract like Forsage and make it run on the blockchain. Making Forsage run on the blockchain signifies that Forsage is 100% decentralized, meaning that even the owners, the people who developed Forsage, cannot have access to the original smart contract on the blockchain after the deployment. So that's why you have to be resolute about what we're doing. We're sharing this opportunity with you not because we think it's right, but because we know it's right and it has a future. It has the ability, it has the capacity to deliver to you a future that you work for. Not something that looks like your future, but your future. Tonight, I'm going to be showing you important things on the Forsage platform. This is the website. And the fact that I used to share this aspect because, but what I want to talk about tonight is the aspect of the 100% in network. No hidden expenses, no service or service fees. The smart contract balance is always zero. The smart contract balance is always zero. And when we see things like this, we tend to ask ourselves questions like how is this possible? I don't understand this. I don't understand how that is possible. Now, don't forget that Forsage runs on 3 blockchains. Okay, as at today, it runs on the Ethereum blockchain, it runs on the Tron blockchain. Okay, Tron is a cryptocurrency, and it also runs on the Binance blockchain using the BUSD token. So now we're going to scroll down to the page and see what we're talking about. Okay, I mean, I love the website. You can always want to check out the website so you can learn some things about the platform. It is in the learning of the platform that gives you the boldness to talk about it, because with that, you've gotten knowledge that cannot be taken from you. So you have to make up your mind to really learn. Put your heads down and straight and learn about the platform. So right now, you can see the blockchains that Forsage is on currently. You can see that they are on the Ethereum blockchain. They are on the Tron blockchain, and then currently on what the Binance blockchain, which is using the BUSD. Okay. Now, what I want to show us is a smart contract balance on the blockchain. When we say 100% in the network, you see, before I do that, I want to show you the definition of smart contract, so that when we go to the blockchain, you understand what the smart contract does. Okay, it is not something that siphons money to people who are the creator of the smart contract. No, it doesn't work like that way. But let me show us what a smart contract is on my screen here. Once again, now a smart contract, from what you can see, is what is self-executing contracts. Self-executing contracts. Self-executing contract. I'll repeat one more time. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a self-executing contract with terms of agreement between a buyer and a seller. That's 2 parties on the blockchain. And this agreement that is written, okay, is being directly written into lines of code. So the lines of code are what control the transactions. But it says the code and the agreement contained therein exist across a distributed, decentralized blockchain network. In other words, for something to be called a smart contract, for it to be running independent of a human factor, for it to be a self-executing contract, because we know different contracts today and platforms today, you hardly find a platform that does not have a human factor behind it. But for a platform to be 100% decentralized, it has to exist on the technology that offers decentralization. And that technology, ladies and gentlemen, is called the blockchain. And that's why you see here that the code and the agreements contained therein exist across a distributed, decentralized blockchain network. It has to exist on the blockchain for it to be called a smart contract. I hope we're following this. So Forsage is not a company, okay? It is a smart contract. All right. In the centralized world, there are companies that offer people incentive in doing joining the platforms. Okay, they give people incentives. All right, but those platforms have what is called board of directors. There's somebody in charge of the platform. In other words, there is a human factor involved. Now we're talking about a platform that is 100% decentralized, that after deployment, there is no one human factor that affects how the platform works. That's what we're sharing with you tonight. It is a smart contract. It is not a company. It is a smart contract. It is not a company. A company has a board of directors. Forsage ain't got no board of directors. No board of directors controls Forsage. In other words, your payout system is done by you and you alone. The smart contract pushes the funds that's supposed to come to you. 100% of it comes directly into your wallet that you alone controls the private keys. That is the job of the smart contract. Okay, it has no other job of its own than to take what's supposed to be taken to the next available individual. So now let's go back to the Forsage website. I was showing you this screen before. So I showed you this screen. So let's take a look at this. First of all, we're going to work with Forsage from the Ethereum blockchain. Can you hear me? Can we hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, King.
All right, thank you so much. Good. So now I said we're going to work with Forsage to test to see the smart contract on the blockchain. We're going to do that from I told you that the Forsage platform has three blockchains: the Ethereum blockchain, the Tron blockchain, and then the Binance blockchain. So we're going to work with the smart contract on these three blockchains and see if when Forsage said it is 100% in the network, are they saying the truth or are we seeing something else? So right now we're going to click on this. We're clicking on this, and then watch what happens when we click on that. Okay, I'm going to click on it right now. Okay. So look at what happens when I click on that link, that address. It takes us to the blockchain, and you can see on my screen here that this is a contract on the Etherscan. Etherscan is the Ethereum blockchain, okay? Just in case you don't know that, that's the Ethereum blockchain. And you can see that the Ether value here is zero. Zero. That's the Ether value, meaning that the Forsage Ethereum platform that works with Ethereum does not store Ethereum. It doesn't touch anybody's Ethereum. It has a job to take Ethereum from one person's wallet to another if and only if the terms and conditions are met. Like one of the terms and conditions, when you get to join Forsage or you upgrade, what the smart contract does is that it checks if your upline is in that level first. So if your upline is in that level, that money that you are upgrading with is transferred to your upline's personal wallet. But if that upline has not gotten to the level you want to upgrade to, the smart contract is going to send it to the next available upline's wallet. So that's how it works. You see, there are terms and conditions that must be met. The terms and the condition is this person in this level that his or her downline is going to? If yes, send the money to the person's wallet. If no, send it to the next available upline. That's the way it works, ladies and gentlemen. That's the way it works. And if you can give your attention to it, this is a system that is 100% on the blockchain. So you don't have to fear that the platform is going to die or the levels you're starting the platform with is going to burn. No, you don't have to be scared of that. Okay, the levels in Forsage has no expiry date. So I was showing you this, that it is $0 Ether, meaning the smart contract balance is zero. So let's go back. So now we're going to check the Tron blockchain. The Tron blockchain has the TRX. So I'm going to click on this so you can see. Can we see the screen? I hope we can follow this. You can see the
Yes,
name
we
of the
can.
contract. The name of the contract is Forsage TRX Community. And then you can see the balance. What is the balance of this contract? Is 0 trons, 0 TRX. That means that that's the same thing that the smart contract does. Can you see the smart contract is actually processing transactions? Okay, if you watch very well here, you see that the smart contract is processing what transactions. Okay, you have the transactions, which is over 1.6 million transactions that the smart contract has been able to process since inception and deployment of the smart contract. But the smart contract itself does not store funds. That is what ensures the security of our funds in the platform. I hope we're saying this because this is one thing that you need to know when you are explaining to people for them to understand that this is 100% smart contract technology. If a human being was involved in doing things like this, the agency of greed may come in, and instead of sending money to someone's wallet, I might divert it to my wallet. The agency of greed always comes in when there's a human factor involved. But when there's an automated system in charge of the process, you don't need to worry because you know that the money comes directly into your personal wallet, that you alone controls the private keys. All right, so now I'm going to go back. I'm going to see the last blockchain, which is what? The Binance blockchain using the BUSD token. So I'm going to click on that. Okay, so you see what it's showing us. It takes us to the Binance blockchain. You can see here again that the BNB value is 0. Okay, and then what you can see here are tokens. That's why you see there are tokens inside this place, and the sum total of those tokens is $400. But that does not mean that the smart contract stores any funds. It doesn't store funds. You can see on the screen again that it is what a contract is. A contract. Now, I said that it's what's on 0 balance value, and you can see okay, BNB is also a coin, and then but Forsage uses BUSD, and BUSD is part of the token. BUSD is part of the token. So you might say that BUSD is part of the token, so it might be there. So let's check if BUSD is part of these tokens. So can you see? Can you find BUSD there? Can you find BUSD?
It's going
I
so
can't
fast, I
find it, so
can't
I don't
see.
know if you can see BUSD. What?
It's going so fast, I can't
Sorry.
see. But I can't see BUSD anyway.
Okay. Okay, so I'm taking it slowly. Taking it slowly. Can you see that there is no BUSD there? So the sum
Yes.
total of all the money you see there is of other tokens. Okay, other tokens, not BUSD that we use. All right, so that's why the smart contract does not store anybody's funds. It has a job to take money from somebody's wallet. Maybe if the person is signing up or the person is upgrading, the smart contract plays the terms and conditions. And then because the terms and conditions are fulfilled, it takes money from that person's wallet to the next person's wallet. That's how it works, ladies and gentlemen. So when we tell people that Forsage is 100% secured because there is no way that you can lose money here, except you are not taught, except you are not well guided. There's no how you can lose. I mean, this is, when we say 100% in the network, this is it. 0%. In other words, 0 value in the balance, meaning that the smart contract is not programmed in any way to store anybody's funds. It has a job that's different from what we think in some other platforms. You see, so this is the understanding that I want us to have and keep having, because Forsage has come to stay. Okay, it has come to stay. It is a platform that has come to stay, and a lot of people are coming to learn about it, to know about it, because it is a technology. You can see it is a perfect technology. Decentralized marketing programs are powered by revolutionary smart contract technology. The Forsage smart contract code is completely publicly available. I like that. Maybe I will need to show us that. Completely publicly available. You can be confident in the safety and long-term success. So Forsage is the perfect technology for online business. Forsage has come to stay. I didn't show us that actually when I went to the blockchains. Maybe I will show you those things, but let me use, because of time, all right, I'm going to use just BUSD to show you that example. I'm going to click on this link right now, okay? So I'm going to click on that alphanumeric. So when I click on that, it takes us back to the BSC scan, the blockchain. So that's the contract address. So when we see, so the next thing we're going to do is to click on this contract tab. Okay, that's the contract tab. We click on it. Okay. So we click on this contract tab here. Okay. So when we click on that, can you see? It shows us the details of this contract. Okay. And then you can see the contract source code. Ladies and gentlemen, the contract source code is right before our eyes. There is nothing hidden. This is the contract source code. Okay. And this is the code that is behind Forsage. This is the code behind Forsage. So when we were told that the contract code is, let me go back to that statement. It says the Forsage smart contract code is completely publicly available. This is what they mean, meaning that you can go to the blockchain and see the code, because this is the code that is the back end of Forsage platform. This is the code. And don't forget, I read to you here that it is what? A self-executing contract. Okay? Self-executing contract, the terms of agreement between a buyer and a seller being directly written into line of code. Okay, line of codes. That's the code you saw on the blockchain. This code, this is the code. Do you know any platform that you can actually see the source code, and you can see the source code of this platform? You know the back end of it. I don't think there's any platform on earth that reveals the source code of their platform to anyone. But it is only on Forsage I see that it is 100% completely and publicly available. So what are you looking for in a platform? Everything you look for in a platform is in Forsage, ladies and gentlemen. So keep in mind that you are in something that will be here for so many years. Do not allow anything jeopardize your thinking about projects like this. These are things that are going to change the lives of families, okay, province, regions, states, and nations for the next few years. So keep in mind that you are learning about it now so that you'll be among those who are going to be the forefront of it in the next few years. So keep that in mind. So with this, I want to say, get on Forsage if you don't already have an account with our team. Don't forget, it's just a one-time payment of $80. And on our previous Zooms and our subsequent Zooms calls, I'll take my time to explain in more details why we decided to choose $80 and why we say that it's just a one-time payment. Yeah, and if you want to understand how this distribution is done, you get our videos on the Forsage X3 explanation and the Forsage X4 explanation. It's all on our YouTube channel. And don't forget that as you watch videos on the YouTube channel, get to subscribe and then like and share the button, and also comment, so that when we are uploading a new video, you can also get a notification of what we're uploading. If you like the content you are seeing, if you like the information that we are sharing with you, because we are giving you secrets, we are giving you deep truths that is not available. Okay, there are even some Forsage teams that don't teach these things to their team members, and we are giving it to you. There are platforms that you can't access anything about the platform in the back end, but this is one that is accessible. So we are showing you, because this is something that people will need for the next few years, ladies and gentlemen. So we don't play with knowledge like this. We don't. Take it, because it is very important that you have it. Take it. So with that, I will say, if you're not on Forsage, once again, get on Forsage, okay? $80 is all you need. A one-time payment of $80 is what you need to get started on your road to financial freedom. And you will never regret being on a strategy and a platform like this, because it's going to change the lives of people all around the world. And you don't want to be among those who are going to be testifying that you heard about it in many years ago. No, you want to be among those who are going to be at the forefront, talking about it and what you have been able to amass, the revenue you have been able to amass because of your consistency. That's the reason why you need to get on the platform with us and get on everything that we do, because everything we do is based on three important things: trust, truth, and integrity. If you trust what we are doing, then you know that we have truth in everything we say, because we show everything we say and we show everything we do. And that makes us have integrity. And this integrity is going to be here for as long as the internet exists, because we're not going to change the code and conduct of how we run our team. We're not going to change the way people are coming in. We're not going to change that. But we are standing with what we have said from the very beginning, and we are focusing on helping more and more people acquire this knowledge, take advantage of this platform, and change the lives of their family members all around the world. And that's exactly what we're doing with Forsage. So if you are not on Forsage and you are listening to this video, it's very important that you take advantage of it. I want to say thank you to you for listening. Take advantage of this video. Send it to your prospects. Send it to anyone that you know, that you love, that you want for them to see things like this, because things like this are not yet available in essence. But because we're sharing it with you, it's actually a privilege to know. Thank you so much for listening to the call tonight. And I want to let you know that your financial freedom is possible with Forsage. Thank you.